All 5 of Portsmouth's new signings featured today, 4 of them in the starting lineup. Sean Davis and Pedro Mendes playing a new-look central midfield, which means Matt Taylor reverts to left-back. Noe Pamaro comes into the defence alongside Andy O'Brien, who's the only one of the 11 not either signed or developed by Harry Redknapp. Dejan Stefanovic is suspended, while the fit-again Jamie Ashdown returns in goal. Of the new strikers, Benjani starts, with Olusedebi on the bench. No new blood for Everton, but 4 changes to the side held at Millwall in the Cup. Yobo, Beattie and Osman were rested for that match and return, while Nigel Martin's fit again after an ankle injury, and he replaces Richard Wright. Yobo plays his last match before going to the African Cup of Nations. Arteta's ankle injury is healed, but Duncan Ferguson doesn't feature because of food poisoning. Victory over Everton today halves the gap between the clubs. It could take Pompey out of the bottom 3, but with the new faces comes unfamiliarity and enhances the lack of continuity which South Coast football has become famous for. If Everton can take advantage, they could just about be in the top half tonight. Their own relegation problems a fast receding nightmare. An early touch for Jamie Ashdown, back in the side replacing Sander Westerveld after injury. And alongside me is Gordon McQueen.
Yeah, well, I think 3 points for Davy Moyes' side. They do come into this game and full of confidence after a couple of decent results. Tim Cahill starting to score some goals for Everton. Thought they dried up, back in the score sheet again. Big gap could appear between them and Portsmouth. Huge game for Portsmouth.
Good start by Everton as well. It should have been 1-0. What a start. Leon Osman unmarked at the far post, taking advantage of the unfamiliarity in the Portsmouth back line, but he couldn't put the chance away.
This is an absolutely great chance from the header here. I mean, the Gale gaping 6-yard box here. Just looking to guide that one into either corner and makes a real mess of it. What a let-off for Portsmouth.
You can plough the millions in, you can spend as much as you want, but you can't buy luck. And it seems like perhaps Sasha Gaidamak's brought a fair bit of that as well. And Kilban crowded out by Gary O'Neill, the Portsmouth captain today, in the absence of the suspended Stefanovic.
Well, as a new partnership at the back, Pamaro, who I've seen mostly at right back for Tottenham Hotspur before he came here, and Andy O'Brien. Maybe take a little while to settle down, always difficult. 4 new players in the starting lineup, trying to knit things together. Certainly a misunderstanding early in the game. What a chance for Osman to put Everton ahead.
Pamaro. O'Neill did very well. Pamaro to Andy O'Brien, and it's the best pass, which has forced O'Brien back further to Ashdown. Nervous start for Pamaro, who played 3 games in his loan spell for Portsmouth some 7 seasons ago. Actually lost all 3. Just using his footing in his first touch in a Portsmouth shirt. Sean Davis over the top of Ferrari. This is Luar trying to make life difficult, but Yobo did well, just standing his ground at the near post.
Yeah, good defending there with the central defender. Good ball forward into the channel. Try to use Lualua's pace there. You overread it nicely.
Pedro Mendes after a lovely touch by Luar. Just came back behind everybody. The deflection absolutely crucial. A touch that would have done Pamaro's confidence a world of good. watch out for Noé Pamero from Andy O'Brien, his centre-half partner of forward. Snapped by Nuno Valente gives Portsmouth a throw. Home form has drastically improved since Harry Redknapp took over, putting Fulham and West Brom in crucial matches here, and held by West Ham. And already, as Kilban survives a late challenge from Griffin, Portsmouth have already picked up more victories under Harry Redknapp than they did under Alan Perrin. Portsmouth players today all wearing black armbands as a mark of respect for Harry Redknapp, who lost his father this week. Pamero's touch took it back towards his own penalty area, but Portsmouth have cleared their lines, and Luar again will have a chance to run at Nuno Valente. O'Neill on the overlap for him. Look for Benjani. Touched by Davis. There's Matt Taylor, and this unfamiliar role these days for him at left back. Played the majority of his early career, particularly his days at Luton, left-hand side of a back 4 or 5, but he's been predominantly playing in a much more advanced position in the midfield for Portsmouth.
Yeah, I think probably his attacking qualities are better than his defending. More suited to the left wing-back role. Maybe a not out-and-out defender. Been asked to do a job there today.
His header put Phil Neville under a bit of pressure. He was there ahead of Pedro Mendes. Hughes. And Benjani to O'Neill, who hooks it for Luar. Take much to get the crowd excited at Fratton Park. They've been very vociferous. The new signings have certainly given the home crowd hope that they can get something. Mendes trying his luck with Martin, having got himself stranded for a moment.
Well, the last time Mendes tried one for this kind of distance, probably a bit further the halfway line, never got the goal against Manchester United. Trying the same there, a little bit of mix-up with Ferrari and Martin, breakdown in communication. Ferrari clears it, but straight to the feet of Mendes.
It's a foul by Sean Davis in the midfield on Leon Osman. On the free kick, Osman gets possession back. By Griffin, and then time for O'Neill to turn and try and construct something for Portsmouth again. Only the two strikers ahead of him when he brought it over halfway. Challenge on Benjani by Nuno Valente. Well taken quickly by Andy Griffin. O'Neill. Luar. Good interplay again between the two Portsmouth strikers. And Martin with a sharp save at his near post to concede the first corner.
Yeah, good link-up play with the two strikers there. Resulted in that powerful shot with Luar. It's a lovely little weighted pass from Benjani. Angle very, very tight. We'd expect Nigel Mark to save that, but it's resulted in a Portsmouth corner.
It's in from Gary O'Neill. Pamero and Sean Davis both climbing for it. In the end, it drifts innocuously wide of Nigel Martin's post for a goal kick. Well, he might have expected that it would take a little bit of time for his new charges to gel. There have been signs that there's not the cohesion that he would like so far, Harry Redknapp. Struggling to turn possession into anything concrete. Osman should have put Everton ahead inside the opening minute. Jamie Ashdown able to deal with another less than pinpoint cross from the Everton flanks. Here's Gary O'Neill. Straight at Ferrari. Given away by Kilban's injudicious touch. Luar. Benjani back to him. Pedro Mendes arriving. Richie Hughes the outlet on the Portsmouth left. This is better from the home side. Until the end product, which is straight at Nigel Martin from Pedro Mendes.
Well, it's Mendes that gets the shot, but initially in this build-up, I mean, the ball's played out wide to Hughes. He's not known for his scoring ability. Mendes strikes it straight down the throat of Nigel Mark, but a nice touch in the build-up there with Benjani. Showed 1 or 2 nice touches this match.
Arteta hasn't seen too much of the ball so far. Kilban, Neville. Offside flag up against Nuno Valente, of all people. Last season Everton were 4th with 40 points. They had a goal difference of +3 instead of the -17 that it is at the moment. About 6 points clear of the bottom 3 after a recent recovery. If they could get a positive result today, they keep that 2-win gap between themselves at Portsmouth at the very least.
Well, they should certainly have had a lead as early as the first minute or so. Fantastic chance by Osman, but it's been the only chance in the game for either side. Chances premium, defence is in top.
Kilban towards Beattie, and somehow it's crept in. This time Osman has been able to make the most of it, and Everton lead. It's a new era for Portsmouth, but they still find themselves behind. A freakish goal, but Everton a goal up.
Well, he misses a great chance early on and gets a little bit lucky here. Breaks off, it's to flick on, just not dealt with by the Portsmouth defence at all. He gets a little break, just trundles off his leg, past Ashdown, gambles in the back post, and past Richard Hughes. Taylor can't get to it. Richard Hughes makes a lunge at the back post. Osman reaches it first, takes a little deflection off O'Brien, I think it is, into the back of the net.
Well, Leon Osman will claim the goal, but it could well subsequently end up as an Andy O'Brien own goal. Just an hour into those games since Sasha Gaidamek came into the club. And plowed his millions in. Portsmouth find themselves trailing at home in a crucial fixture. Plenty of pace, Benjani. He gave Matteo Ferrari a big start. Not too often a Ferrari gets done for pace. Just a little bit over-exuberant Benjani on his debut to receive the free kick. Osman caught by Hughes. Swept in deep and quickly. It was well defended by Griffin, albeit at the expense of a corner. He had Cahill and Kilban to deal with.
I mean, Cahill's so dangerous in those situations, such a good header of the ball, terrific leap, terrific timing. Looking for him at the set play there. Just overhit a little bit.
Again, it's towards Ashdown rather than any of the Everton players. Johnny back to help it clear, but there's no outlet for Portsmouth initially. Everyone back to help defend, and it comes back in towards Beattie. It was Cahill that took it off him and fires his effort wide, but another good chance for Everton.
Well, this all started to be a poor punch by Ashdown. Should have caught the ball, elected to punch. Portsmouth don't clear their lines, ball comes back into the box. And there's some frantic defending there when Osman puts this one in.
Flailing elbows and fingers, just managing James Beattie. He'll need a little bit of patching up underneath that left eye.
Well, there's a lot of bodies in there, a lot of people competing for the one ball, and that ball coming from the wide area from Osman.
Four from O'Brien. Lua, O'Neill. Just runs off Hughes and out of play. Still James Beattie being patched up.
Yeah, I don't think something like that will bother James Beattie. Physical, brave.
It's Lua chasing. Well, there have been signs of good potential partnership between him and Benjani. They seem to be on very similar wavelength, knowing what the other's going to do. They just haven't been able to find each other in areas like that so far.
Well, that was nearly a best through ball of the game, and it came from an Everton player.
Benjani back for Griffin. Towards Lua, but he went too early. Looking across the line, that will be a source of great frustration.
They'll need to improve going forward. Harry Redknapp's got a lot to talk about at half-time when he gets his players in. And Johnny does look the type, showed some nice touches. If you get decent service in to him, he'll set up Lua, create chances.
Lua, Benjani back to him. Now Lua, was he pulled back? Looked as though he was fouled as he initially laid the ball off from the 1-2, and then again on the edge of the penalty area.
Well, once again, it's a good touch with Benjani that puts Lua through, but his first touch was a poor one. Although he might have been hindered by a little tug in the jersey.
Away by Beattie, well rescued by Hughes. Sight of goal for the first time in the game. Was it a foul?
It's a lovely layoff again, once again for Benjani. There's a little tug in the jersey there. Lualua's got a case here. He's dragged back a little bit, puts him off balance.
Well, he seemed to stop Lua after the ball had run out of his path. It's best to keep going. Perhaps if he'd gone to ground earlier, he might have won the free kick. It would have been a free kick, not a penalty. It was clearly outside the area where the initial holding was taking place. This is Andy O'Brien now for Portsmouth. Yobo let it run through to Nigel Martin, perhaps not aware how close Lua was to him. No harm done though for Everton, looking for a third consecutive Premiership win, having seen off Sunderland in dramatic circumstances and then comfortably beating Charlton. They will feel that they've done a very effective job here at Fratton Park so far this afternoon.
Portsmouth are going to have to improve as an attacking force in the second half. Just not been good enough this first half.
Cahill.
Created nothing. Nigel Martin hasn't had a save to make, hasn't had a great deal of crosses to deal with either. Everton in front. Osman miss early on in the first minute. Maybe a little bit lucky with his goal, although persistent.
There's Osman again. First half stoppage time. BT back to Leon Osman. And Everton have a corner. It's their fourth of the first half compared to just one that Portsmouth have won.
Well, it's a tremendous block with a decent forward run by Osman. Reasonably influential for Everton this first half. Chance for Arteta. Normally delivery good in these situations.
It's an outswinger, Cahill. Bounce was awkward and Jamie Ashdown had to be at his most alert just to help it back over the bar for another corner.
Can't believe the space Cahill gets in here. Must know he's a major threat at set plays. It's not a great header. Heads it into the ground, although still a bit of work to do for Ashdown.
It's an easier one for the Portsmouth goalkeeper to deal with, and looks for the outlet of Benjani. It's a huge throw straight at Matteo Ferrari. Early days, but not a good start to Portsmouth's Russian Revolution. First 45 minutes where the four new faces played in a game where Everton's Leon Osman should have put them behind inside the opening seconds. He did put them behind closer towards half-time. The goal that deflected off Andy O'Brien. Portsmouth just struggling to gel with all the new faces being thrown in at once. At half-time, Everton will feel that they just about deserve their lead. It's Portsmouth 0, Everton 1. The first 45 minutes didn't bring an instant return on the £11 million that Portsmouth has spent over the last 8 days or so. Will the second half see them revitalise their fortunes? Will it see them score twice in a Premiership match here at Fratton Park for the first time this season? So with an early free kick, Matthew Taylor with the challenge on James Beattie.
Well, this is where Everton are a threat. Arteta, delivery good. Cahill came close just before half-time. Arteta corner.
Arteta swings the free kick in. It was very nearly another own goal as it came off Richard Hughes. Could have gone anywhere. Portsmouth really lucky.
Yeah, sees this late, flies over a lot of heads here, hits Richard Hughes' knee and over the crossbar. Could easily have landed in the back of the net.
A let-off in the first minute of the first half and a let-off in the first minute of the second half as well for Portsmouth. An almost identical position as the free kicks. Better touch from Hughes this time. O'Neill. Sean Davis. Charlie showing a good awareness of what's around him. Loire though lost his bearings, he's offside. What have you made of Benjani so far, Gordon?
Yeah, I think he shows some lovely touches, like the one there. I mean, that was a lovely bit of forward play. Bring Gary Neal into the game. Good bit of attacking play by Portsmouth, in fact, probably the best of the match. Just Loire marginally offside there. It looks to me as if he's got something about him. It's obviously a pretty big feat.
Gary Redknapp said that he was available, spoke to Arsene Wenger and asked his opinion. Arsene Wenger said, move heaven and earth to bring him to English football. spending £4.1 million. Another arrival at Fratton Park which hasn't been heralded is the man sitting next to him there, Kevin Bond, back amongst the coaching staff after his sojourn down the coast at Southampton. Griffin to Benjani, Sean Davis. Griffin. Hughes went to ground, no foul. And then Cahill goes to the ground and wins the free kick.
Yeah, I think it was a free kick. I mean, he's looked so sharp today, Cahill. Obviously a big year for all the Aussies in the Premiership this year. World Cup coming up. And a goal threat today as well. Really important player for Everton. Certainly was last year with the goals that he scored for them. Dried up a bit until lately. Started scoring a goal or two again. Really important player.
Well, Andre Mariner is going to book Sean Davis, but it wasn't Sean Davis that perpetrated the challenge, it was Matt Taylor. And I think that's a case of mistaken identity. And Davis was complaining that it wasn't him, but those pleas fell on deaf ears. The offside flag is up. Taylor. BT. Taylor done very well to create the opportunity for him to get it in. Now Arteta's just breezed past O'Brien, turns inside Hughes. Fantastic play by the Spaniard, and deserved a better finish than it got. It was a magnificent piece of play from Mikel Arteta.
He does brilliantly there down the right hand side, puts a really great ball into the box as well. Coban tried to get his head to it, but couldn't get enough power behind it. But wonderful football.
Rolls past Matthew Taylor and out of play for a throw. Osman fell over thin air. O'Brien made the challenge. Here's Davis. Loa. Hoisted in by Gary O'Neill. Benjani tried to make life difficult for Nigel Martin. Hibbert can bring it away. Leading O'Brien. Everton first to the second ball, more ominously, as far as Portsmouth are concerned. Ball from Hibbert, now Beattie will chase, and he's got goal sider Matthew Taylor, who did just enough, a brilliantly timed challenge, just got goal sider Beattie in the nick of time to flick it back to Ashdown.
Yeah, doesn't have to. Well, Beattie just about to pull the trigger there, ball sitting up nicely for him as well, and the half volley. Worked his socks off up front for Everton. And a real shift.
Ashdown, the victim of what's quite a steep camber on the pitch inside that 6-yard box. It does go markedly uphill towards the centre of the goal. I think Jamie Ashdown just misjudged it as he tried to turn the ball clear. Taylor's header, look for Benjani. Away by Yobo, Pedro Mendes, Gary O'Neill, and still Gary O'Neill. Ferrari got in the way. Loa. He's unlucky he couldn't come away with the ball. Pedro Mendes and Hughes both slide in, but still, Everton maintain possession. Beattie went far too early. And the O'Brien brings Tim Cahill down.
Yeah, it's obstruction here Andy O'Brien, good positive run forward with Cahill. Another player that's put in a stint for his manager today.
Mendes industry in the midfield, unrewarded this time for Portsmouth, and then Sean Davis is in trouble, is he? He received a yellow card a few moments ago. No second yellow card. Caution that he did receive, incidentally, for kicking the ball away. It wasn't a case of mistaken identity. Matteo Ferrari with the free kick. Beattie again, it's a Portsmouth defender in the air.
Yeah, Cahill looking for that, for Beattie to head that one across the 6-yard box. Lurking in there, heads it straight into the arms, Ash down.
Cahill. Osman. First touch took him much wider than he wanted to go, but he's got Hibbert in support. Rolls it into Arteta's path. O'Brien can clear. Back from Neville. And again from Hibbert. Away this time by Mendes. Camero leaves it for his former Tottenham teammate. Neville. And that's over him.
Yeah, Cahill's looking for the ball into feet there from Phil Neville.
Well, this was the yellow card that Sean Davis picked up. It was a challenge by Matt Taylor in the midfield. Davis, keep watching, kicks the ball away there. And he got the yellow card, and he's claiming that he didn't hear the whistle. The yellow card shown to Sean Davis. For the foul, it wasn't a case of mistaken identity, it was ungentlemanly conduct. He's got to be careful, because that's the second foul he's committed since receiving his caution.
Yeah, particularly as the game progresses. I mean, he is short of match practice. I mean, that happens. Certainly as a ball-winning midfield player, your timing goes a bit. Can misjudge tackles, certainly. Doesn't be wanting another yellow.
Lua. Well, we've seen 4 new faces for Portsmouth already today, and here's number 5, Emmanuel Ollister-Davey. Just waiting before they make the change. Everton with this free kick inside Portsmouth territory.
Be interested to see who they take off. I think Harry Redknapp will go for Brock. Play the 3 up top.
Osman very close indeed. Claiming a deflection, he doesn't get a corner, but it was a good strike.
It was a terrific strike. I mean, it's just whizzes past the post, and it's not that far away either. I mean, there's a tremendous swerve on it. It looks as if it comes off some. There's that much of a swerve on the ball. In fact, I think Leon Osman's right. I think that's fingertip saved by Ashdown.
Well, Harry Redknapp recently said that he was appalled by the United Nations that he inherited here at Portsmouth. He spoke to John Villafara and gave him an instruction, didn't understand a word of English, and that he would be looking to sign English players. 5 he's brought in this week: a Pole, a Zimbabwean, a Portuguese international, a Frenchman, Sean Davis as well. And here is the last of them, Ollister-Davey.
Takes a Scotsman off.
Richie Hughes, the player that has made way. Ollister-Davey up front now alongside Benjani. And that's seen Lua just drop into a position wider in midfield. Here he is now, Lua. Ollister-Davey. challenge, and will be a yellow card for Ferrari.
Yeah, referee, I think, has handled proceedings pretty well today. Got most decisions correct, certainly gets that one right. He just mistimes it a little bit here. Maybe looks a little bit worse than it actually was. Nevertheless, a chance for Portsmouth to get one into the box, but a defending for Everton to do it.
In from O'Neill. Good defensive header by Ferrari at the expense of a quarter. It's only the second that Portsmouth have won so far.
Yeah, I think David Moyes will be well pleased with his central defensive pairing today. Ferrari, Yobo look pretty solid. The concentration's been good. Another good defensive header there by Ferrari.
Be a left-footed outswinger by Matt Taylor, but only after the referee has spoken to assistant Joe Ross. His flag has broken. Brief hiatus while the replacement flag is brought on.
Fourth official wasting time there. I think he went to the referee a bit smarter than he did.
Thought pantomime season finished. In it comes from Taylor. Over everybody. Hollister Davey. Griffin. Away by Beattie. Some adept at set pieces at either end of the pitch. Now it'll break for Arteta. Won back well by O'Neill. Also have a player down in the midfield. Free kick eventually goes Everton's way for the challenge by O'Neill on Mikel Arteta. Pedro Mendes wants to receive some treatment.
I think he's got a little bit of cramp, obviously. Way short match practice. Pitch a little bit heavy today. Maybe a little bit of cramp in his calf there. Not surprising when he hasn't played for so long.
He hasn't featured at all since late October for Spurs, just the 6 games this season. Salif Diao would be his natural replacement, the player on loan from Liverpool just warming up. Hollister Davey, 5th Portsmouth player to make his debut today. He hasn't scored a league goal since May 2004. Arrived on a free transfer from Panathinaikos. Can he make an impression? He's won a free kick and fouled by Ferrari. Yellow card for Kevin Kilban.
Yeah, he books him for the same as what Davis did, and kicking the ball away.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Staff attendance 20,094. 20,094.
Griffin's free kick. It's a good climb by Benjani. O'Brien was in there, and then it was fired over the bar by Davis.
I tell you what, it was a fantastic leap with Benjani there, and what a chance for Sean Davis here. I mean, it's not the easiest of chances. Terrific leap, just falls kindly to Davis here, just inside 18-yard box, lashes at it. Best chance of the game for Portsmouth. Really their only chance.
Davey has got a very good goal-scoring pedigree, albeit not a recent one. Some fans will remember him being a scourge in the Champions League. Corner. And Portsmouth beginning to get their tails up now. They're playing their best football of the game.
Yeah, and I think the fans beginning to sense that as well. They get right behind their side.
Swing it, handed away by Cahill. And again from O'Neill. O'Brien going up for it and getting the touch. It'll be a goal kick to Everton. Harry Redknapp, during his managerial career, has had an awful record against Everton. Just the way these things work out, only 2 of the previous 20 games which he's managed to side against Everton have ended in victory for him, while Dave Moyes is the complete reverse. Yobo fell into Caradas, who left his foot in. Now Everton will make the change, and he's not particularly happy at coming off, James Beattie.
Well, the Everton fans giving him a terrific reception. He's played really, really well, James Beattie. Battled away up front on his own. Really hard work there. Can be well pleased with his performance. Sure it's only tactical, the reason he's coming off.
A few words and a sideways glance from James Beattie towards Dave Moyes as he passed him by on the touchline. Osman will take up the striker's role now for Everton. And it is, at the moment, certainly an orthodox back 5 that Everton are using. Benjani. Back to Benjani, yard of space, and the shot takes a deflection. Has Martin kept it in? He hasn't. The referee's assistant's flag, though. It is a corner, it did go out of play.
He just trying to get the shot, and there are plenty of Everton defenders in the box here. Martin comes racing out his goal. It's clearly over the line.
Portsmouth's 4th corner, and it's created their best opportunity so far, but not one that Noah Pamaro can take.
Yeah, it's a decent leap, decent delivery. Powerful, just can't get the direction in the header.
O'Brien. Hammered forward from Taylor. O'Brien has stayed forward. Hibbert just got there before Diao. Urgent need for Portsmouth to get the ball forward, and they're just putting their passes out of the back at the moment. Now it's hit long from Pamaro. Taylor. Almost a fantastic take from Loa. As the game enters 3 minutes of stoppage time. That's all that separates Everton from a priceless victory. Griffin. Wants the Davey back for Gary O'Neill. Diao. Away by Ferrari. Kilban's touch releases Leon Osman for Everton. They're happy just to get the ball out of harm's way, but look how many people are coming forward on the counter-attack for him, amongst them Kilban. 4 against 2 just for a moment, but Everton couldn't make the most of the chance.
Well, 4 strikers on just now, Portsmouth, and they can't make any inroads towards Nigel Martin's goal. Hasn't really been trouble today, the keeper. I mean, it's no surprise that it's been a disjointed performance, certainly attacking performance from Portsmouth. So many new players. Needs a little bit of work in the training ground to improve matters. Decent performance by Everton, solid as a rock at the back. And the best attacking player on the pitch, and Tim Cahill.
Lua. Long legs of Yobo did enough. It's good defending, and he's got the throw as well.
Great defending. He's been a tower of strength at the back for Everton today. Absolutely no nonsense, no frills about his performance. Really positive display by him and Ferrara, 2 central defenders. Excellent.
Just to try and break up the flow of the game, Everton will make another change, and Marcus Bent is the player that's going to come on. I think Osman was anticipating it was going to be him that will come off, but it is Mikel Arteta.
Number 6, Mikel Arteta. Number 7, Marcus Bent.
Arteta makes way. Marcus Bent just coming to try and create a nuisance for the time that remains. It's been linked with a move away from Goodison in the transfer window. Sampdoria amongst the clubs with whom he's been linked. Bent. To hold it up and find Neville. Everton very nearly there now. Camero taking chances.
Well, they've got to keep the ball alive just now.
Out on towards Lua. Ferrari's touch hasn't taken it away from danger. Very good challenge by Phil Neville. Hardly time for Portsmouth to get it forward. In fact, no time. It's victory for Everton, their 3rd consecutive Premiership win, and it lifts them 9 points clear of Portsmouth and the bottom 3. Leon Osman missed a great chance to give Everton the lead before he did strike with the aid of an Andy O'Brien deflection. Portsmouth with plenty of new faces, but very little chances for any of them. The likes of Olisadebe and Benjani not really given too much of a chance to shine. Portsmouth need time to get these players to gel, but realistically, how much time have they got? Full-time score, Portsmouth 0, Everton 1. Well, David, that must go down as just about the perfect afternoon. Game plan worked very effectively. 3 points.
Yeah, we done it here last year, and done it again this year, thankfully.
It was an own goal that won the game for Portsmouth up at Goodison. You feel a wry smile when Leon's shot hit Andy O'Brien and went in for the only goal?
I've not seen the goal, so you're telling me I thought it was Aussie's goal, so there you go, I didn't even know that.
It's been a good weekend for Everton, not just the victory here, but the other results seem to have consolidated really your position in the lower reaches of mid-table, perhaps even a little bit higher than that. If you'd lost here today, it would have been 3 points between you and Portsmouth. 9 points is a very significant gap now.
Well, for me, I think the important thing, that's 3 Premier League games in a row we've won, which, you know, when you're near the bottom of the league, it's not an easy thing to do. And, you know, I think the players deserve a lot of credit, you know, after the Derby defeat. Since then, they've bounced back well. And I thought today, you know, we controlled the game. I thought, especially in the second half at times, made 1 or 2 chances, and we should have really tried to get that second goal.
Well, Leon, congratulations. Talk us through the goal, because it seemed to take a deflection. You claiming it, presumably?
Definitely, yeah. You know, the ball's bounced. I've gone through and got a shot away, albeit under a tackle. And the ball was going in the far corner, as far as I can tell, and as far as I'm concerned. And took a deflection on the way and put it in the other corner. But the rule states that, you know, if the shot's on target, it's your goal.
Harry, does that go down as a frustrating afternoon?
Well, it was difficult. I thought we started well. You know, the first 20 minutes we passed the ball great and had some good movement and we looked sharp. And I think the goal made it difficult. They worked hard. They set their stall out to play a certain way today. And I think when Everton get in front, they're difficult to break down. And you know, it was hard. You know, we had a few new faces in today, and you know, to get a blend straight away is difficult.
Obviously, it's going to take time for them to gel. Do you feel as though you've still got time for that to happen?
Well, it's going to be tight, obviously. As you know, I said before, I wish I had 28 games instead of 17 left, but we haven't got that many games, and I said all along we need to improve the squad, and I still feel there's certain parts of, you know, we still haven't got a real balance to the team at the moment, because there was an awful lot of work to be done still.
So Everton beat Portsmouth by 1-0 at Fratton Park.